So now that the trade deadline has gone, we're getting some insight on the mindset of where these teams are really at, particularly the Golden State Warriors, as they inquired about LeBron James. And they always say keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. And as I'm watching the Super Bowl, I see Draymond Green going out of his way, even though he has a game the next day in Utah, to go link up with his boy LeBron James. But with this new CBA kicking in, just looking at the numbers, the only way that this could have worked out is if they let Klay go. But before that, let's check out what LeBron James' agent, Rich Paul, had to say.
You've seen the news. The Golden State Warriors were interested in acquiring LeBron James. Not to say nobody is interested. Everybody is interested in acquiring LeBron James. But they actually made a push for it. What can you tell us? What level of truth there is? What level of falsehood there is to the reports that have circulated via Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN and obviously piggybacked off of by Brian Windhorst and others? Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, look, obviously, it's true. Woj and Ramona is not going to report something that's false. But I think it's a testament to LeBron and obviously, also the organization of the Warriors who continue to be aggressive and wanting to compete. And so, look, things like this takes place. And obviously, when you're talking about the names at that level, it's going to be news. But it wasn't much news in terms of the timing and spent on it.
And you say that because why? There was no way in hell that LeBron James would even consider making such a move? Is that why you say that?
No, he's committed to the Lakers. I mean, Jeannie has been an incredible partner for him and us. And I think it's important for that to be understood and to be respected. Obviously, there's ups and downs and emotions throughout the course of a season, but ultimately, LeBron's committed to the Lakers.
We'll see how committed he really is to the Lakers, especially with them not making a move during the trade deadline. The optics weren't really good. But going back to the initial trade, if the Lakers had okayed that trade, and this is where the new CBA comes in, because the Warriors right now, their salaries are at over $200 million. And with them being well over the second apron, that would limit them on the types of trades that they can do. And just looking at the salaries of the players, the only guy who could really match LeBron in the rules of that second apron is Klay Thompson. Klay right now is making $43 million for this season, and LeBron is making about $47. So according to the rules, the fact that the Warriors are over the second apron, they could only trade somewhat near an exact amount. They can't do any 2-for-1s. It would have to be the same amount of players in, the same amount of players out, and the salaries would have to match up to a certain percentage, but it's very small. So just taking a step back, the fact that the Warriors are the one that initiated the conversation, and they're also the ones that are over the second apron. Klay Thompson and another role player were the only two guys that can really go to fit the trade to get LeBron James. And also keep in mind, the Warriors still have their own draft picks going all the way to 2029. So they have room to operate to get LeBron. They could literally just do a draft pick and Klay and get LeBron, because the salaries, once again, they kind of match up according to the second apron rules. So if you're making a trade, even though the Lakers are around that first apron, they're in a nice sweet spot where they're at right now. But the fact that they're making moves with a team like the Warriors that are over the second apron, as crazy as it sounds, Klay Thompson was really the only guy that could really fit and make that deal work. So it leaves us to wonder if the Warriors were really willing to sacrifice the Splash Brothers and give up Klay in order to keep that championship or being a potential championship threat going. Were they really willing to make that move? See, it's really the new CBA that kind of ties this all in together. You could kind of foresee what moves they could really make because of the Warriors being limited. But this also poses another question for Laker fans. How long is that franchise going to be hostage to this whole LeBron James experience? They had a chance to dump an aging player to get Klay on an expiring and also to obtain draft picks while they still have Anthony Davis and others. And going back to what Rich Paul says, we're partners.
And you say that because why? There was no way in hell that LeBron James would even consider making such a move? Is that why you say that?
No, he's committed to the Lakers. I mean, Jeannie has been an incredible partner for him and us, and I think it's important for that to be understood and to be respected.
Unfortunately for the LeBron James camp, they got to understand Laker fans, their main partner is championships. And that's a standard that's been set by Dr. Buss, and that's pretty much the Lakers code. It's similar to the Yankees. LeBron James is not larger than the Lakers logo. And at some point, Jeannie Buss can't let him and his camp of Clutch Sports pretty much hold that Laker brand hostage because they may feel that they really need stars. Rebuilding is part of the process. And at some point, it's going to be on them to make the first move and not leave the move up to LeBron James, because this summer he could just walk away and the Lakers get nothing in return. So we'll see how this plays out. But once again, LeBron James, man, he follows rules. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. Because let's not forget, 2016, the Warriors was his #1 nemesis. Him and Draymond was trolling each other with the championship shirts. And now all of a sudden, this guy found his way in, getting Draymond to travel all the way out to Vegas. Even though it's not a crazy drive, it's probably Highway 15. You could get to Utah, but it's still a ways to travel. But the Warriors, in a way, they got a mole in their camp. They got a mole in their camp. Draymond is way too friendly with LeBron. He is way too friendly with LeBron. But hey, kudos to the Warriors, man. They understand that Stephen Curry and just the level he's playing at is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and it's not really guaranteed for this franchise to ever have a chance to get to the NBA Finals. It could take 20, 30 years from now. Who knows? But they got to seize the moment.